Well, Mia, your BMI is over 30, which is very concerning for your health, said the doctor grimly while inspecting the stats of the 16-year-old in front of him. This is because she stuffs her face with junk food crap and does nothing all day, right? The woman beside her harshly interjected. The bitter disappointment and disgust she had while eyeing her teenage daughter were so palpable that Mia recoiled like a frightened mouse, burying her chin as low as her chest allowed it. Sensing the rising tension and not wanting to further heighten the discomfort of his patient, the doctor carefully delivered his response. Yes, lifestyle choices are what usually lead to such results. I keep telling her that if she doesn't do anything to take care of her body, she will lose out on life. No one wants or takes a fat girl seriously. I am more concerned with the health complications that may arise in time, rather than the aesthetic aspect of her problem. Yes, but either way you look at it, being fat is bad, right? In short, yes, but that doesn't mean it can't be remedied. She's still very young, and has the time to recalibrate her health quite easily, without having to worry about any repercussions later in life. Weight loss and its management only gets harder as you age, so I have faith that she will be within healthy parameters quite soon, with the right guidance and discipline. The mother scoffed. Only if you could prescribe discipline, then maybe she would get something done. Now, let's not be too harsh. She's a child after all, and she needs all the support she can get. I will give her a nutritional plan to follow. I expect the entire family to collaborate and help her make these adjustments. Yes, of course. Thank you, doctor. He gave Mia a tight smile that bordered between pity and veiled contempt. She couldn't tell anymore, as a person with her physique often received either reaction. Mia stared mournfully at the diet plan before her and sighed deeply, attracting the attention of her deskmate, Stella. What's up? Mom again with the whole losing weight thing. I swear, I could be a rocket scientist and it wouldn't matter if I'm not skinny and pretty. Blah, let the old hag stick to her outdated shit. Like, what's life if you can't enjoy the stuff you love the most? And I do love me a cheeseburger. I know, Stel, but my folks aren't as understanding when it comes to body image and all of that like yours are. Let them try to shrink my fupa and there will be war. I like how I look and no one's gonna change my mind. Mia chuckled earnestly and hid the diet plan in her maths book. She really did admire how unapologetically confident her friend carried herself. And even though she was bigger, she was still popular with the pretty or athletic cliques in her high school. Leaning her chin on her palm, she eyed Stella with a sly smile while feigning contemplation. You know what would make me feel even better? Eating out with moi after school? Yep, you got it. Let's try out that Chinese restaurant that we keep passing by. Damn, I feel so full. Why did I have to eat so much? Especially that weird ginger root thing at the end. It's good for your metabolism, my ass. As soon as Mia set foot in her home, her mother materialized in the hallway. You're late. You haven't been eating out, have you? I made dinner according to the diet plan and I expect you to follow it to a T. No, Mom. I just hung out with Stella, like teenagers do. Mia rolled her eyes and hoped her mom did not notice any whiffs of Chinese leftovers on her. Ah, yes, your porky friend. No wonder you're the way you are. With those kinds of people around you, you'll never be motivated to strive for more. What are you talking about? We're both straight-A students. She gave her daughter a look over from head to toe, scoffed loudly and turned back to re-enter the kitchen. Just get down and tend so we can eat. Once in her room, desperation settled over Mia. Shit, I can't eat anything else. She'll know I ate out. And then I'll get the whole, you can't control yourself spiel. Shit. I gotta throw up everything so I can make room for the low-cal dinner from hell. Going into her adjoining bathroom, Mia squatted in front of the toilet bowl and tried to purge her previous meal. But no matter how hard she heaved or how deep she stuck her fingers down her throat, nothing would come out. God, I hate this. I hate this body and food and my mom and the diets and doctors. Just come out already. Suddenly she felt something coming up and getting lodged in the back of her throat. Panicking, she pounded on her chest as fast and hard as she could to get a bit of food out. To her relief, she managed to spit out the offending impediment just in time. Sitting on all fours in her bathroom floor, she greedily sucked in much-needed air. After a few more deep breaths, she started searching for whatever nearly killed her. All evidence had to be removed. While she was expecting a piece of sweet or sour chicken, ginger or whatever vegetables were in that stir-fry, what she found on her white tiles was completely out of place. Covered in heaps of saliva, its dark mauve contrasting with the pristine white of her tiles was a small, perfectly ripe blackberry. What the... how? She gingerly picked up the berry and inspected it with bewilderment. I clearly spit this out, but... fuck, this is freaky. Her musings were cut off by her mother's voice. Mia, come down and eat already. You know your eating window ends at 7. Shit, I'll deal with this later. Funny, I don't feel full anymore. Wiping the berry slightly, she placed it on her sink's countertop and made her way downstairs to join her family. So, can I borrow that beige skirt of yours for my date tonight? Asked Stella slyly. Yeah, sure, you can have it for good. It's not like I ever get to wear it much. Beige does ungodly things to my skin tone. Yay, free clothes! Can we swing by your place and fetch it? Okay. Once in her room, Mia rummaged through her clothes to find said skirt, while Stella inspected herself in the bathroom mirror. Here you go. Thanks. I'll do my makeup here as well and then I'm out. Stella closed the bathroom door and began to hastily change into her outfit. After half an hour of applying her makeup, she gave herself one last look over to make sure everything was in order. She frowned, clearly displeased with her appearance. Ugh, why do I look so lumpy? Are you not done yet? Came Mia's voice from the other side. Just a minute. After glancing at herself in the mirror, she noticed from the corner of her eye a blackberry sitting behind the soap dispenser. What a weird place to hide your snacks, Mia. Maybe she forgot it was there. Oh well, I can help get rid of it. And without any trace of hesitation, she picked up and plunked the berry into her mouth. I'm ready! The following day, Stella was anxiously looking for Mia. Out of breath and disheveled, she burst through the classroom doors. Mia! Her friend's head shot up from her book and worriedly observed Stella. What's... She didn't get a chance to finish her question as she was being dragged by Stella in the girls' bathroom. Locked in the stall, Mia tried to press Stella for an explanation for her behavior, but was interrupted once again. Where did you get that blackberry? Blurted Stella far too fast for Mia to comprehend. What? The berry from your bathroom. Oh, she had initially thought that her mother threw it out when cleaning, but now that Stella knew of it, it raised another question. What did you do with it? I ate it, duh. Holding back a joking sound, Mia fought hard to regain her composure. It would be too embarrassing to explain the origin of the berry, and even a best friend like Stella would think she would be crazy. And it's amazing. Amazing? How? Mia, I lost like 8 kilograms in a day. You're shitting me. No, I'm not. And are you sure that it was all due to one blackberry? You sure you haven't done anything else to bring on this sudden weight loss? Maybe you lost some water weight or something? Yeah, right. I ate like a pig while on my date and I ate some more at home than went to bed. The only thing I did differently that day was gobble up that thing. Now Mia was having doubts about her and her friend's sanity. So you have to tell me where you got it. It's some of those weird diet things your mom makes you try, isn't it? No, it's kinda weird how it got there. Mia hesitated, but if her friend was willing to believe that one single fruit was the reason she lost so much weight in a day, then maybe she was also willing to accept its outlandish origin story. Well, you see, after we ate out on Thursday, after recanting the events of how the peculiar berry came about, Stella devised a plan to see if they could reproduce the same results. And so, Mia binged and purged, and sure enough, a blackberry would be expelled from her body. And Stella was delighted. But not the same could be said about Mia, for as Stella kept dropping kilograms after kilograms, Mia, while also trying the berry for herself, saw no results. Wow, Stella, you look amazing, was one of the many compliments received by Stella lately. How did you lose all that weight? And how can you still eat the way you do and still not gain weight? Were asked with unveiled desperation and hope by all the other girls at their school. But every time, Stella would just smile cunningly and reply, "Oh, I do intermittent fasting," or "I drink a lot of green tea." Of course, there were still suspicions about her binging and purging, seeing as she reached 50 kilograms at such a fast pace, but as always, Stella chose to bask in the praises and silent envy of her peers rather than idle gossip. Mia, while happy for her friend, could not mask the unhappiness she felt for herself and her predicament. So she began avoiding Stella during spring vacation to wallow silently in her misery. Calls and texts barraged Mia throughout the weekend, and each of them was met with a passive, "Sorry, I'm busy," or a lame, "I'm not feeling well." All in all, Mia was doing relatively well on her own. Not going out with Stella all the time allowed herself to easily track her own diet, and while progress was slow, it was nonetheless gratifying. The quiet of her home was disrupted by a succession of violent knocks on her door. Mia, being left alone as her parents went out for errands, sat petrified near the bottom of the staircase with a phone in her hand. Only when she heard the hysterical voice of Stella did she calm down and approach the door. "Mia? Mia, are you home? Please open up, it's urgent." Worried at what might have made her friend so agitated, Mia quickly unlocked the door and Stella barged in. "What's wrong? Are you in trouble or something?" She scanned Stella, but nothing really seemed out of order, aside from the fact that Stella was wearing too many layers for the warm weather they were currently experiencing. "Mia, you have to do the barf berry magic thing again, please." I don't know if I feel like doing it again. It's pretty tiring for me." Stella's raised voice startled Mia. "But you have to. I'm packing the kilos like crazy again. I can't eat like I do and stay slim. But I also can't go back to being fat again. I don't want to be like that again. Ever." "Oh, what happened to loving your fupa till death do you apart?" "Shut it. You don't know how great skinny feels." "You're right. I don't. So why don't you just leave me alone?" Mia turned around in a huff to go up in her room, but she didn't make it past her second step as a sharp pain resonated throughout her skull. A pulsing headache violently woke Mia up. She examined her surroundings and found a few familiar items, but she could not fully place where she was. When she tried getting up, the cool steel of a chain pressed against her ankle. What the... The last recollections before she woke up flooded her mind and rage started boiling up inside. A door at the top of the stairs opened to let in some light, and slowly making her way down to a raging Mia was Stella. Sporting a Cheshire cat grin, she asked, "Now, how about those berries?" Once every 2 days or so, Stella would threaten and try to coerce Mia into purging her mysterious berries, promising that after she acquired her desired number for life, she would set Mia free. But this only fueled Mia's resolve to not give in to Stella's demands. No matter how many shouts and beatings she took from her, she refused to eat a single bite. "Just eat the goddamn burger already, you bitch! Fuck you!" Mia spat with vitriol while hurling the food back in her captor's direction. "I'm not giving you anything. I hope you fucking balloon back to the whale you were and wallow in misery, you lazy, self-centered fuck! I'll force feed you like a goose before I let that happen." Determined as Stella was, a tinge of panic began to seep through her thoughts. She thought she knew Mia well enough to not be able to go without food for too long, considering her previous dieting attempts, but this time her resistance to food surprised even her. "You'll get back to your binging ways. You'll see." "Not a chance, big face. I have hate to keep me full for a lifetime." But after a week, Mia's bravado started waning. There were moments in which Mia considered giving in, thinking that maybe Stella would stay true to her words and set her free after she met her quota. But knowing Stella, she would not stop eating in insurmountable quantities, which meant that Mia would never be free. While in the beginning she kept trying to find ways to escape, a strange fatigue weighed her down more than the chains that physically restrained her. At first, she thought it was due to her hunger strike, But this did not explain her other symptoms. Unsightly purplish boils were sprouting all over her body. Stella said to her that they were bed boils and that she got them from staying in bed all day, but she hardly doubted that was true. No bed sores she heard of were glossy and swollen like that. I'm gonna be out of town for a few days for a trip. I left you food in the mini freezer, so you should be good while I'm gone. Be good, okay? And try to move more to get rid of those sores, said Stella to Mia's unmoving back. Still cranky, I see. Fine, have it your way. Catch you when I get back. Hello, how's my girl doing? You wouldn't believe the things that have happened. Stella descended the stairs with a spring in her step and continued her storytelling. First, we started with a flat tire, and then Jason lost his expensive sunglasses. Hey, are you awake? Mia's back was facing her, just as she left her. Mia? She slowly made her way to her bed. She couldn't have. She can't. I need her. Maybe she's just faking it so she can jump me or something. Grabbing her stun gun from her purse, she carefully advanced towards the other girl. She poked her shoulder. Once, twice, thrice. No response. She tried shaking her harder. Still, nothing happened. When she turned Mia over, the blanket that was partially covering her face fell. A scream of horror erupted from Stella's throat. The purplish black boils had covered the entirety of Mia's body. Stella frowned at the scale. Damn, my weight's going up again. Her ration of berries could no longer keep up with her high caloric intake, which now meant that she had to take one a day to stay the same weight. Panic started to settle in. She did not dispose of the humanoid-shaped blackberry that was once Mia. While there were no signs of physical activity or consciousness from what she could tell, there were slight movements from Mia's blackened sclera and shallow breathing that indicated that she was in a sort of comatose state. It was surprisingly not decaying, similar to how the berries kept their pristine, eerie freshness. An idea sprouted in her deranged mind. She grabbed a knife, hesitated for a breath, and lopped off a finger. No blood or bones though, only the sweet smell of blackberries. Without any compassion or remorse to stop her, she consumed the severed finger like a hungry anaconda. Stella was elated. She could eat up to 10,000 calories in one day and did not have to worry about fitting into her size 0 jeans in the morning. All she had to do was go to her family's guest house, down into the basement, and chop off a bit of Mia. Or comatose harvesting, as she liked to call it. What's more, Mia's limbs were slowly regenerating, which only meant an infinite supply of body berries. The only annoyance was that they would wilt away within a day if they were not near Mia. Stella was not bothered though. Bigger sacrifices were made in the pursuit of the perfect body. With this radiant disposition, Stella packed her bags for her holiday at the beach. Shit. Stella frantically hurled herself down the stairs of the basement, eyes bloodshot and mind unhinged. I can't believe I got so fat so fast. Shit. Fuck. Why don't they work anymore? Ugh, and everyone noticed my gut. I'm sure they're talking about it right now. Pacing around Mia's torso, Stella woefully remarked that her limbs weren't regenerating fast enough to keep up with her diet's behests. Maybe if I take one big dose, that would be enough for life. Yeah, and then I wouldn't have to be tied to her or anything. With a berserk gleam in her eyes, Stella savagely separated what were once Mia's hips from their hinges and began to section off her torso. Sometime during her rampant portioning, Stella thought she saw a flicker of desperation in Mia's unblinking eyes. God, Stella, how many smoothies can you possibly drink in a day? Stella's mother muttered, displeased while assisting her kitchen. Stella's countenance did not sketch any gestures of remorse or willingness to explain herself. As much as it takes, answered Stella in a bored demeanor. Her eyes glazed over as she finished another gallon of smoothie and mechanically moved on to the next. Stella? Stella? Get up already. You're gonna be late for school. Annoyed that Stella kept ignoring her calls, her mother barged into her room, hell-bent on dragging her sloth of a daughter to school. Get dressed or I will... A middle-aged man quickly appeared in the doorway. Darling? What? Oh Lord! Next to his wife's unconscious form, peeking from underneath her powder blue duvet, was a mass of pale sinews that was once his daughter, Stella.